What's up, everyone? Mark from Fully Involved here in my most neutral shirt, here to talk about another review of my EP Insolence. I've been doing kind of a marathon session of these in a new fresh shirt just so the thumbnail doesn't look totally the same. It's called Marketing, Kids. So the first few I've reacted to so far, those being First Music Forever and then the other two from today, LP Club, Ethan, and Sean from Rewind Reviews. They've all been pretty positive. And obviously disclaimers, I kind of am tight with this whole music reviewing community because I used to be a more active part of it. Now I'm kind of going on the Fully Involved thing. And John especially is maybe the guy in this community I've been friends with the longest, like 4, maybe coming up on 5 years. I'm not sure if you guys know, I actually visited him in real life. I traveled all the way to the great land of North Carolina back in 2015 when I was at my most emaciated. Like, God, look at that screen cap, disgusting. And yeah, he's a guy I've been subbed to since maybe like 2011 or so. Definitely one of like the tentpole music review channels on YouTube for sure, and you know, objectively one of the bigger ones sub-wise, which is also going to apply to this and the next one I'm going to be talking about. The thing you should know if you guys want to go off and search these, if you don't feel like just clicking the link in the description, these two aren't actually in their own videos. They're part of more of a bundle review package thing, understandably because these guys make a crap ton of videos. In this case, John attached the Fully Involved review as the last 3 minutes or so at the end of his review, his throwback review of OK Ghost, a third album, which, I mean, stylistically, you know, it's in a power pop kind of arena, at least for 10U, so I think that's a fair pairing, really. Haven't actually heard that album. I probably should get around to it. I do like the songs and the video with the puppies. It's classic. So yeah, let's get the headphones on and get this going. Anyway, going to press play starting right now.
Now, as promised, I've got some quick thoughts on the project from Fully Involved. Full disclosure, this is a friend of mine. He released a project, a full-length last year, called Learned Helplessness, and honestly, it was kind of a rough outing for him. It was like a first step that was hopefully going to lead to something more, so...
Yeah, and, you know, like with Rewind, he never actually put out a review of Learned Helplessness, but when I was talking to him about it a few months back, he did say that he would probably give it like a 3 out of 5, which, you know, again, it's in line with the consensus. I understand.
But moving into this new one, Insolence, I think that he's really capitalized on the potential that he had in the first place. It starts off with something that's maybe leaning a little bit more towards power pop, think like Weezer, and that first track is called Tend to You, really catchy, and I think his vocals and really just the instrumentation all around has improved, likely because he's actually recording at a studio this time and has other people doing different parts of the record. Even though this is a solo project, there are other people playing on it.
Yeah, although this track, really the only outside contributions, besides Daniel on the production, obviously, would be the hand claps on the chorus provided by both Daniel and my friend Nathan. Shout out to him one time. He doesn't have anything to plug. He's a civilian, but he's a good Twitter follow, so there's links down there.
And I know that Mark is actually diabetic, so I think that this is personal, but I think it could apply to a lot of other scenarios as well. And while Tend opens up on a very, very catchy note, we move in.
Like, I want it to be niche, but not, you know, isolating. Okay, let's keep going.
Into some harder, more punk-leaning moments, especially track number 3, At Least You Have Your Health. That one is definitely pummeling with its presence, and I have to say that he sounds good as an angry vocalist, and it kind of caught me off guard. The second track, I've seen some other friends in the community kind of reviewing this one negatively, but I really like this one, 40 at 4, and the pre-chorus on that is probably my favorite moment on the entire little EP. I was very surprised by this track, and I think it's earwormy.
I think you're really going to look forward to when I do end up editing those behind-the-scenes vlogs together from the making of, because I do have, like, you know, myself recording vocals for a lot of these. That sort of chorus part, especially that first chorus part for 40 at 4, is when I start doing a lot more, like, I'm almost acting and, like, performing the song, and looking at it in hindsight, it's kind of cartoonish looking, but I'd like to think it shines through, and apparently it did, so yay.
And then the final moment is also really cool as well, and it kind of talks about being angry at the corporations that seem to kind of hold the hand and control everybody who needs, like, medication. Think like the Pharma Bro, you know, Martin Scarelli, everything like that.
Yep.
You know what he's talking about there. It actually
very solid interpretation.
Me, you know, I didn't know that I was going to like it this much. I always want to be critical, but I also don't want to tear down a new artist. But this, I could genuinely say, is a strong 3.5 out of 5 from me. Go check it out, stream it, and support him on Bandcamp. There's a link in the description.
Like I'm saying, this is, I think, the project where I'm really comfortable being shameless in my pushing on people. I've been, like, just last weekend, what I did is I took out this notepad here and I wrote down like 25 names, and I messaged all of them. I wanted as many people as possible to know about this thing, and I felt like they'd all be interested, and most of them have been, and have been kind of receptive to it. Again, this whole series is built on ego stroking, but I mean, everything's been positive so far, and I'm happy to see that.
Because these were two projects that are definitely worth checking out. Go listen to those. They will both be linked in the description.
Yeah. And you know what? In honor of that, next time I go to the record store, I'm at least going to give a good solid look for that OK Go album. Just in honor of you, John.
Drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. If you would like to get your favorite album review.
Although I'm really surprised if you're watching a video like this and you're not already subbed to him. But if you're not, then do that. The guy's good. He makes a ton of good stuff. And just a ton of stuff in general. that was not to mean a ton of bad stuff. But you know what I'm saying. We were formerly podcast co-hosts. Like I can roast. I'm pretty confident in that. We've been all in the 7 to 8 range with these reviews. I'm incredibly stoked about that, to bring out my innermost SoCal here. I'm gonna link in the video in the description if you guys want to hear that or his thoughts on the OK Go album. And as I've been saying for all these, if you haven't heard Insolence by this point, I would definitely recommend doing that if you want to know what the hell any of these guys are talking about. Link to the Bandcamp is down there. It's also on Spotify and your Apple Musics and all that kind of stuff. If you like it, you can support me by getting it for $2, maybe partaking in that Insolence Influence deal where you can get a part of my record collection. Maybe, I mean, it can be kind of a bundle deal, kind of like what he did with this. I'm just saying. I don't have any OK Go albums, but I probably should. And hopefully there could be stuff along those same lines. If you guys have any thoughts on my thoughts on his thoughts, then I guess leave your thoughts down there. I have one left, and I'm very excited, very nervous about this one that I'm saving for last. Stay tuned for that. I don't know how quickly these videos are going to go up because I'm recording them all in one afternoon. The lighting is probably getting progressively worse just by nature of the sun going down. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.